So basically, about this game database tool, I downloaded games from like a lot of places, which is MBC, Euroleague, MB. There are some live games, but only those that were on Gomoku World website. So they are all stored in this tool, and I am downloading new games from time to time. It should be up to date. Basically, how it is structured. On the left, you can see a board, and on the right, you can see a list of games. So each square is a individual game. So each game has first player, second player. First player is always the person who made an opening. I do not swap the players because otherwise it's really hard to understand who put the opening. So it's always first player is putting the opening. If second player put a swap tool, it has a small swap tool plug near the player. And stone colors near the player names represent what color players played in the game. So if you need some description for the game, it has some tooltip if you hover mouse on that. It might be helpful to understand what happened in the game. Yeah, also each game has a small plaque for website source in the bottom right. So for live games, for example, we have this old Gomoku World logo, and I scroll. For example, Pishquarky or Play 5 has a separate icon, and IK as well. You can identify the game source by that. So to view the game, you just click on any game and it will display. You can go back and the game itself will be highlighted in this white square, and you can just push forward and it will auto-select only these moves. That's how you use the game. Generally, on the board, you can see two numbers on each move. So on the top, it's number of recorded games for that move. White means thousands, and if it's yellow, it would mean like less than 100. So it's might be useful to identify easily if that move is played often or not. The list on the right is relative to the position you're currently in. So if you select some opening, you will see games only from that opening. If you select this checkbox, log found games, it will stop this, and you can just browse, and the list won't change. So if for some reason you want to fix this list, you just select this checkbox, and it will keep the results the same, and you can click the games and view them. So how that might be useful, for example, in this opening, you can see a lot of games from this, and I was quite amazed to see the swap too. And seeing games numbers, you can just randomly discover such played openings or swap two. It's pretty fun, I would say. So there are some options to search the games. So to search, you select filters, and Here you can search individual players. So if you want, let's say Attila, you type Attila and select individual games for any nickname. Or you can select an alias. Some players have all the nicknames grouped together, so Attila is one of them. So you can see there are 20 nicknames for Attila, and if you hover, you can see them all in the list. You can click, select, and search, and it will show all the Attila games in this position. So if you select this opening game, it should update, and you see game counts updated. It will only Attila games. So yeah, same would work if you choose any position here. You can choose any opening, and it should count only Attila games and show you numbers where the moves were played. Yeah, other filters you can choose first or second player, meaning that if you want all games that Attila opened, you only select first player. You can see all openings that was played by Attila. Website, you can disable some game sources, so you can, for example, see live games that Attila played and opened using that filter. So you can see the list updated, and we can see that Attila liked to play compass, or I don't know how we call it in Hungary. Other filters, two other filters, it's you can select year. So you can, for example, say games earlier than 2006. You see that there are only 4 games found. Also time control, and say how many times per game in minutes. Some games, some records don't have time control data, so it won't work for such games. Yeah, so to reset all filters, you can just push this cross icon near the filters, and it will reset everything. That's the game part. And one more thing about statistics. When you select the opening, it will show you current opening here, highlighted with blue stripe. And it also selects one random game from that position on top of the list. So it might be useful when you just randomly clicking, you might see some game that was played from that position, and you can always see which opening. In current database, openings are not named, but you can see statistics when it was played and by whom it was played. It builds this nice chart. So, for example, we can see that in 2023, Oleg played this opening 171 times, and this opening has pretty long history. And if we select some scheme, for example, I think it's quite recent, so we can see that the first record was in 2019. It's not sure how useful that is, but it's a cool statistic, and probably I'll expand it with some more data in the future. now I think that's the most important things that you should know. Yeah, another thing I forgot to mention is that on the board, second number on the bottom, it's number of moves in its current position. So, for example, main move, it's 3.9 in blue, it means 3.9 thousand moves here. And black one, it means just absolute value, so it's example 176 moves.